Welcome back to the Dishing Up Digital podcast, and hello if you are watching on YouTube. Today's episode is a really exciting one. We're going to be talking about 10 steps to 10K months. Now, 10K months is like a word that's thrown around a lot in the online community, in social media, when it comes to businesses and either coaching, consulting, or social media management and done-for-you service providers. It's a really big goal that I think a lot of us crave. A lot of us just put this 10K month on this pedestal when we start our business, and we just think, wow, imagine if we could hit that goal. And I did hit this goal in, was it November 2020? I always forget. Yes, November 2020. So almost exactly a year to the day since I left my full-time 9-to-5 job and went all in on my business, I hit a 10K month. And I do think that's important to point out, because before we dive into these 10 steps, I really want you guys to understand that this is a journey, right? And sometimes a lot of people make this out to be really easy on social media. They use it as a marketing technique, and they're using it to try to get you to sign up for their courses or their coaching program. And sometimes people make it look a lot more shiny and fabulous than it actually is. The reality is it can be hard work. So what I wanted to do in today's episode was take you through these 10 steps to scale if you are a social media manager or any other service provider. I think this is going to help you, give you some practical sort of action points to take away and to get yourself to this 10K point, but to do it in a sustainable and slow and steady way. I think that's the best way to do it, to be honest. Speaking from experience, I think that's the kind of growth you really want in your business, just that steady increase. You don't want to just hit your first 10K month when you first start your business, because you're not going to have the systems or the team to support it. So with that all out of the way, I'm going to get into my 10 steps. Step number 1, where it all begins, is increasing your prices. You cannot be hitting that juicy 10K milestone when you're taking on clients for $100, $200, $300, because that automatically means that you're going to have to take on 20, 25, some ridiculous number of clients to get to that income level. And I have done this. This is kind of how I hit my 10K month, was just working with as many people as possible. And that's why I do this. That's why I make these videos and I teach you guys to learn from my mistakes, because it's one thing to hit a 10K month and it's another to make that a sustainable, consistent thing in your business. So increasing your prices is really that crucial first step. And I can guarantee you, you are undercharging at the moment. This is a very common thing. It's something that I did as well. When you're first getting started, you do price yourself low. You are just getting started. It naturally makes sense. You don't have a huge amount of experience. But the thing that a lot of us, especially as women, don't do is recognize all of the talent and experience we already have. We're too occupied thinking about what we don't have, what we're bad at. And because of that lack of self-confidence, we undercharge. So even if you're maybe 2 or 3 months down the track, it's time for a price increase. Maybe you're 6 to 10 months down the track and you're still operating at the prices where you just started. Every new client that comes through the door should actually be getting a new price from you. They should be getting an increased price due to the increased experience and the increased demand of your services. Now, I could talk about increasing your prices all day long, but that's not what this video is about. Step 2 of our 10 steps to 10K months kind of falls under the increasing your prices category. If maybe you do want to increase your prices and you're feeling quite confident at the moment, but you're just like, how? You're like, how do I do this? How can I charge more when I'm already charging a pretty good price for my services at the moment? Well, step 2 is more practical. That is productizing your packages and increasing what you offer in those packages. I think this is so much more valuable. I've talked about this in a lot of episodes and YouTube videos before, but it's so much more valuable to sell people packages rather than work on an hourly rate. This is a really key shift to working towards that 10K month. You need to be selling your productized packages. So this means putting a package together for social media management, maybe content creation, maybe reels editing, maybe engagement, looking after their DMs, putting it into a nice tidy package and selling that, rather than being like, okay, I'll work for someone for like an hour or 2 hours a week. The other thing is, once you start to master the basics of posting and engagement, you can start to increase those packages and what you actually offer. For example, I started off with organic social media management. From there, I've expanded into things like email newsletters, ad management, and just really upsold the packages that I had and sometimes the clients that I already have. I had many clients in the past who have been on like a lower package and I've offered them more. I've offered them more posts or more reels or more email newsletters or ad managers. I've really done the work to upsell my existing clients, which I think is super underrated, right? Isn't it easier to sell to a client who's already signed on to work with you, who already really likes you and knows that you're capable of your service, rather than trying to sell to someone who's completely new and doesn't know who you are and maybe isn't even interested in your services. So if you are stuck on that previous point that I said about increasing your prices and you feel like you need to increase the value in order to increase your price, look at offering these packages and look at offering more. Look at upgrading your current packages, upgrading your current clients and charging them more. Step number 3, which also kind of flows on really nicely from increasing your pricing, is increasing the amount of strategy that you offer. So really get into the coaching mindset when it comes to social media management. Don't just be someone's social admin person. Don't just chuck up posts for them. Try get a seat at the table when it comes to discussing greater marketing techniques of the company and really push to show that you deserve to be there and that you offer more than just a few kind of, admin-y tasks or assisting someone with their social media. Show them that you can help plan, that you can help strategize, because strategy is a lot more valuable. Strategy you can charge more for. And I've talked about this previously, but this is exactly why I changed my job title from social media manager to social media strategist, because I really wanted people to look at me more for consulting as well as doing their social media. So what this looks like is I've upsold to existing clients. I've upsold them to strategy sessions where we do a real deep dive into their social media. I've upsold them onto competitor research packages. So this is when I look at a whole bunch of other people in their industry, in their niche. I analyze all of their top performing posts. I basically come up with an action plan for us using that research and things like that are going a step further than just creating content for someone. You're creating a strategy and really helping build their overall marketing plan. This is also a really nice service to sell as an add-on. Exactly what I do. I have my existing monthly social media clients, and then I do one-on-one strategy sessions with people who may have an in-house team who wants to manage their social media, or they have a short-term campaign that they want advice on, say they're launching something new into a new market, or perhaps they just want to run their social media themselves and they'd like a little bit of expert help, but they genuinely love doing their own social media. So they're not going to hire me as a social media manager, but they do want to pick my brain. They want to utilize my knowledge to create a really good strategy. So those first 3 tips really kind of link together nicely. And this brings me to step number 4. Once you start increasing what you offer, once you start offering these bigger packages, you then need to deliver the goods, right? And one of the key things, one of the big differences that really helped me break through to that 10K month milestone was hiring help. You need to start outsourcing. You need to find team members who can help you and enable you to keep growing your business. Having the right team members is a really crucial step in scaling. And next week's episode, I'm going to dive deeper into this and talk about when is the right time to outsource, who your first hire should be, what should you outsource, what certain tasks, and all of that stuff. So make sure you are subscribed to the Dishing Up Digital podcast to listen to that episode. It's not going to be up on YouTube, so if you're watching this like video a few months after it's gone live, it will be on my podcast and I'll link it down below. Step number 5 in your 10 steps to 10K months is organization. It's time to update your software, your systems, and take a really good look at how your business is set up internally, because this could be a real friction point when maybe you get to those 10K months, or it could be the thing stopping you from reaching those 10K months. If your back end of your business is really disorganized and is a mess and doesn't have any cohesion or doesn't have any organization and your team members don't know what you're doing, or you don't know what you're doing, or the deliverables lists for clients are just all over the place. You're going to start forgetting things. You're going to start disappointing clients because you are forgetting things. And when you're juggling lots of projects, right, in this mode of scale, you're taking on more work for existing clients. You're taking on more clients. You're charging more of a premium price. You need to make sure you're organized so that you can deliver and you're not losing clients, because losing clients isn't going to get us to 10K. So I use a software called ClickUp. Previously, I was using Trello, and I actually still use Trello for my client content to organize and kind of schedule that, or not schedule it because Trello isn't a scheduling software, but I organize it and write the captions and put it all in a layout. And that's really handy because it's really easy to use for my clients. I just share them a link and they're just on Trello. Super easy, done and dusted. But ClickUp is where I manage all of my tasks. So every single client has their own board on ClickUp with their own list of tasks that need to be completed either every single week or every single month. There is a team member assigned to each one of these tasks, or there's me assigned to the tasks, and they're also automatically recurring. So I don't have to worry about rolling over to a new month and writing a new to-do list and then forgetting about one certain task like reels I was meant to edit, or I've done that in the past as I was scaling my business. And I'm someone who's naturally very organized, and I thought I was a very organized person until I started trying to scale my business. And my post-it notes, my handwritten to-do lists, they just don't cut it when you have so many clients, when you have so many different deliverables and tasks for each client. You need to make the whole process as automated and easy as possible. Step number 6 works really nicely with step number 5 actually, and it's to invest and upskill in your business. So investing could look like buying the nice organizational software like ClickUp. That is an investment for your business. Sometimes you need to do the classic spend money to make money. You need to feed your profits back into your business in order to help you scale. And then when it comes to scaling, I think it's really important to keep upskilling, to keep learning new things. And with that, for me, comes buying courses and doing coaching programs. I myself just recently bought the most expensive course that I have ever bought. It was a lot of money and it kind of freaked out. I'll be honest with you guys, I meant to buy it on the payment plan and then I accidentally pressed pay in full, and I didn't have that money in my bank account. I was using a debit card, so it all went through and processed. And I was like, wow, that was a lot of money. And I had a moment where I was like pretty shook by it. I was like, how did I just spend that? But then I took a deep breath and I remembered this is all part of the process. It's all part of the process. Investing back into yourself and your own skills is what's going to help you grow. And I know this course that I've bought is going to be so valuable for helping me build a new revenue stream in my business. Now, if you guys are ready to invest and you're loving this episode so much, I have just launched a new mastermind called Scale on Social, and this is where you can work one-on-one with me and also with a group of 4 other social media managers to grow and scale your business. It's like everything we're talking about in this business, but you get to work on it one-on-one with me, get that personalized look at everything on your business, and also meet some really awesome, cool other social media managers and grow your businesses together. I'm really excited about this. It's a totally new program and I've just opened it up for enrollment and we only have 4 spots left. So if you are interested, do check it out quite quickly. This round of students is also going to have a special discount because they are the first round. So if you'd like to score it at a really good price and save yourself over $1,000, then definitely check out the link. I'm going to pop it in the link of the YouTube channel video or the YouTube video, and also the link in the show notes of the podcast. Whew, this is confusing, stressful work when I'm filming and recording at the same time and links are in different places. But step number 7, one of my favorites. Carve out time for your business. Specifically, carve out time to work on your visibility and marketing. So this means batching content for your own social media, not neglecting your own social media because you're busy working on clients. And it also means getting out there doing collaborations. I want you guys doing media articles. I want you doing interviews. I want you doing a podcast. Or if you don't have your own podcast, reach out and pitch yourself to be on somebody else's. Hey, come pitch yourself to be on the Dishing Up Digital podcast. I would love to have you. I think this is one of the biggest mistakes a lot of social media managers make. They spend too much time working on clients and they neglect their own marketing. This is not going to help you scale to 10K months, because the more marketing you do, the more you build your brand, the more you can charge, right? The more in demand your services are going to be, the more leads you're going to be generating, the higher your profile, the higher your income, really. And I also think having a audience base, building up your own Instagram following really unlocks a lot of other doors for you and a lot of other potential places to make money for your business, which brings me to the next step. Another one of my favorite words, phrases you guys will have heard me talk about a lot, especially if you have done any of my courses, but multiple revenue streams. Oof. This is just music to my ears. I love this word, my favorite word, multiple revenue streams. And this step is really about focusing on making sure you have income coming from more than one place. And this has really helped me scale to 10K months and beyond, because suddenly I'm not just relying on clients for income. Suddenly I have ebooks, I have courses, I have other things that can generate me revenue, and it's like a nice little sprinkle on top of my monthly income. For those of you who don't know, maybe new around here, the majority of my income still comes from client work. I know a lot of people who do this kind of coaching or talk about how to get started as a social media manager. A lot of them aren't actually social media managers anymore because they make the majority of their money from coaching and courses. But for me, I still make the majority from my one-to-one clients, my monthly social media management clients. And overall, my goal is to really bring that down to 50-50 because I love teaching and I love coaching. It's like my total passion. But what I really loved when I started introducing online courses, digital products, ebooks, masterclasses, speaking gigs, all of that kind of stuff, it just adds this little bit of extra income. And if you're sitting there at that 5K or 7K month and you're like, just can't get through to the 10, and that was definitely me in 2020, the thing that can just get you over the edge is a couple of $1,000 extra from some other revenue stream, right? I also think this is just a really smart thing to be doing as a business owner. You're not putting all of your eggs in one basket. If a client suddenly drops you, which does happen unfortunately as social media managers, and if you lose a contract suddenly that you were expecting to get paid for, then you can turn on these other revenue sources. You could put your course on special. You could do a special promotion of your ebook. You could sign yourself up for a networking event and bring along copies of your book if you've got a physical one. Anything like that. When you have these other revenue streams, it really gives your business a little bit of a safety net and an ability to make sure you have income coming from more than one source. Okay, again, I have to stop myself talking about multiple revenue streams because it's just like my favorite thing ever and I could talk about it forever. Again, if this is something you are really interested in building, definitely come check out the Mastermind Scale on Social, work with me one-on-one to figure out what your revenue streams are going to be and I can help you build them. Step number 9, we're almost at the end, guys. And I couldn't get through this list in this episode without talking about one very important thing, mindset. Mindset is so important, especially when you're scaling. When you're scaling a business, when you're trying to get to that next level of growth, when you're trying to break through that glass ceiling or whatever it is to get to 10K, often it requires a shift and an up level in your self-confidence as well and your self-beliefs, because often we don't deep down believe that we deserve to be earning this money. And especially, again, as women, we have this problem where we don't think we're worthy. Our self-confidence is low, and that reflects into our business. It directly impacts the way that we work and the money that we earn. So for any of you trying to scale at the moment, I encourage you to do a little bit of journaling, some meditation, watch some TED Talks, find yourself some inspiring podcasts or interviews with other entrepreneurs who have been through the trenches successfully and got out the other side. It's all about surrounding yourself with positivity and creating this really energetic environment and almost like you're nice little positivity bubble. I've used that term before quite a lot. But I want you guys to just really focus on putting your mindset in the best place possible. And I can guarantee you this is going to help you scale, because every time I'm at a point of friction, for me recently, it's been scaling to the 20K mark. And a lot of it was working on my mindset to get there, to get over that hump, over that hurdle. And I actually, if you guys follow me on TikTok, I did a May Millionaire morning routine challenge. So every morning in May, well, it was my goal to in every morning. If you watch my reflection, I didn't end up doing it every morning, but I was pretty good. I tried to do at least one mindful activity, whether it was meditation, whether it was going for a walk or journaling. I do one every single day or every single working day. So usually Monday to Friday, sometimes on a Saturday. And the month that I did that was the month that I finally hit 20K, right? Because I just had this energy in me. I was just like, this is happening. This has already happened, right? I was so confident in myself. And it's really funny that I'd been working towards that goal for this whole entire year. And it happened in May when I did this challenge. So for any of you that aren't into the woo-woo, you're not into your journaling and your affirmations, I encourage you to give it a go in some capacity that you feel comfortable with, because I really, really do believe it helps. And this brings me to the final 10th step, and it's kind of interlinked with your mindset, and that's working on your mental health and your physical health. I don't think 10K is worth it if you're burning yourself out. I don't think 10K months are worth it if you come out the other side exhausted, if you come out this other side with some sort of health condition because you put your body through so much stress. It's not worth it. And my ethos and the way that I coach and the way that I teach is all about building you a sustainable business. I might not get you to 10K in the first month working together, or in your first 3 to 6 months of being a social media manager, like a lot of other people promise. They're like, come work with me and you'll get this 6-figure yearly agency, and they go on and on about the 6 figures and the 10K months. For me, it's more important to create a business that, one, you love, and two, that serves your life. I want a business that serves me, that doesn't burn me out, that doesn't take away from me. I want a business that supports my lifestyle. I want a business that can help me build something beautiful and a life that I'm just going to enjoy. I don't want a business that soaks up every spare minute of my day, so that when my partner comes home and he's like, let's go on a spontaneous date night, I'm not going to be like, oh, but I have to work. I want a business that lets me go on spontaneous date nights, on spontaneous spa trips during the week. I want to be able to go on holiday, and I don't want a business that traps me, right? And I think that's what a lot of coaches and teachers in the social media world are really missing. They're missing the mark that you need to build a sustainable business before you build a wildly profit-heavy business. And those are my 10 steps to 10K months. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Make sure you are subscribed to the Dishing Up Digital podcast so you don't miss an episode. Or if you're on YouTube, make sure you're subscribed to my channel. My sister and I post lots of fun lifestyle videos, including a little bit of business, a little bit of fashion, a little bit of lifestyle, and some vlogs. So I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you're feeling energized and inspired after this episode, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye!